Hey folks, this is Scott with Revolution Self-Defense. I'm in the studio with my friend Todd. He's one of our students. We're talking about straightening our punches today. And I got these agility rings that I use for my kids in karate class, and we used it for a drill on the bag. And you're going to see some live training that we did in class a few minutes ago. We just wanted to shoot a quick intro about it. Now, when you use this agility ring, I like to teach folks when they're throwing their straight punches or jabs and crosses that we are going down a pipe and back out a pipe as a visual. And that keeps your hands, as you're throwing your punches, that keeps your hands coming back to your head, as opposed to getting lazy and letting it loop. And having this ring in class, you can see when Todd's working on the bag, and then the next video coming up, you can see how his punches were nice and straight. Now, when you're doing the agility ring, back up a little bit, Todd, you don't want to hold it right in front of the bag. You want to have it more in front of the student. Because if it's right in front of the bag, if it's at the end of the punch, they don't really need to have any kind of elbow or arm control. But when it's real close to them, they need to have the control to drive through the entire ring. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot. So, we're working the jab with the agility ring. In my opinion, this is more difficult than the cross. I was explaining before we filmed that what Todd's going to need to do is rotate his body first, rotate his shoulder to be in line with his target, and then snap off the jab. If he snaps off the jab before he begins the rotation of his body, number one, there's going to be very little power in the jab, but number two, it's not going to be sending the target straight down the center line because his shoulder is not going to be lined up with his target. So when he rotates, his shoulder lines up with the target, which will be his opponent's head or chin, and then he can fire that jab straight down the pipe. The agility ring is there to tell us whether our elbow is dropping too much, elbow is coming out too much, or if we are dropping our hand when we return. And see, it's dropping a little bit. Try and bring it back up, Todd. Bring it back up. Snap it right out and back. So it's a great tool to use to straighten these punches out. So we're using the agility ring. Keep going, guys. We're using the agility ring to enforce the skill of throwing our straight punches, our cross in this case, down the pipe and back out the pipe. And when you get that elbow kicked out like we saw there, you hit the ring. So that tells you that your elbow is kicking out too far. Todd's doing a good job of making sure he's getting that shoulder up for that built-in defense and still be able to generate power on the cross.